surprising beasts roaming the earth. A lot of these have been written off or just stories. However, some have turned out to be more fact than fiction. A lot of legends talk about lost dinosaurs living in remote areas. A video that recently spread across the internet may have hinted to this being the truth. Animal experts and paleontologists have been scratching their heads on what these creatures are. Could this be a confirmed sighting of the mythical Mokele Mbembe, the monsters of the Congo River? Or could they be something else? Something new? If dinosaurs were living on our planet, there are plenty of places for them to hide. One of the prime locations would be the Congo Basin. After all, it is the second largest rainforest in the world. This area is around 1.3 million square miles. To give you an idea of that size, it's bigger than the whole of India, or a little over 10 times the size of Norway. As a result, there's plenty of places in the basin that beasts could be hiding in. Due to its size, the forests spill into 6 countries: Cameroon, the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, and the Republic of the Congo. The Democratic Republic of Congo is the largest country out of these 6. It's over 900,000 square miles. It also contains 12.5% of the world's remaining tropical rainforest. For clarity, the Congo Basin is not the Democratic Republic of the Congo nor the Republic of the Congo. Even if the names are all confusing, the Congo Basin is a separate entity. It's the area we are particularly interested in for this story. Beyond the rainforest, the basin also contains part of the Congo River. It's the 5th longest river in the world at a whopping 2,900 miles in length. The Congo Basin is said to contain over 1,000 species of birds alone. Due to the massive size of the Congo Basin, a lot of the area hasn't been fully explored by scientists. In fact, even today, some areas of the basin are still unmapped. The reason the Congo Basin isn't fully explored is due to a number of factors. One is the size, of course. The other is due to violence and instability throughout the basin region. With that, it wasn't safe for scientists to explore the untapped area. As a result, many myths began to take root in the region, such as certain animals wandering about the basin. Yet, as it was a no-go for scientists, there was no official confirmation of these strange animals. However, in recent years, those dangerous issues have subsided around the basin, and as a result, people are able to explore the region. For example, 6 new species, including 2 new frogs and a bat, were found in 2007. Researcher Andrew Plumptre said, "If we can find 6 new species in such a short period, it makes you wonder what else is out there." On top of that, 10% of the plants collected were unidentified. In a later study, a new species of gorilla was also found, one that stands at 2 meters tall and is said to have characteristics of apes and chimpanzees. One of the future discoveries could be the mythical Mokele Mbembe. This creature could be a dinosaur that managed to survive in the untapped regions of the basin. Mokele Mbembe means one who stops the flow of rivers. This being is mentioned in legends throughout the basin. The Mokele Mbembe is a reptile-esque creature that's said to have a long, flexible neck and tail. So far, it sounds similar to the fabled Loch Ness Monster. For more info on that Nessie, check out our video on the critter. Overall, the Mokele Mbembe is said to be around 35 feet in length. However, some reports have indicated that it's the size of an elephant at around 7 feet. The Mokele Mbembe is said to have brownish-gray, smooth skin. Some reports state it has a horn on its head. Other documents state the Mokele Mbembe lives in caves in the basin and then comes out to feed. Some people have stated that it's an herbivore, but it's aggressive and will slay crocodiles, hippos, and elephants. Others have said it's a carnivore. Either way, it's a scary dino to have out in the world. There have been a number of reported sightings of the Mokele Mbembe throughout the years. The first sighting of the Mokele Mbembe was in 1776. French missionary Levin Bonaventure Proyart was near the Congo River at the time. He came across huge animal footprints that measured a little over 3 feet in diameter, including the claw outlines, making the print's diameter as tall as a gazelle's. However, the creature that left the print was nowhere to be seen by Proyart. It's not the only time humans have stumbled across bizarre footprints either. In Bolivia's Cretaceous Park, there's a whole wall with footprints of various dinosaurs pressed into the rock. It contains over 5,000 prints. In 1909, the autobiography Beasts and Men was released, written by German big game hunter Carl Hagenbeck. He describes a story he heard in Rhodesia, which is known as Zimbabwe today, about an animal that's half elephant, half dragon. He likened the description to a brontosaurus. He went to search for this monster but was unable to locate it. Once his autobiography came out, the Washington Post ran a story in 1910. It was called Brontosaurus Still Lives. With that, imagination caught the public's eye about Mokele Mbembe. While there's been no concrete evidence of its existence, it hasn't stopped people attempting to track down Mokele Mbembe. In 1980 and 1981, American retired biologist Roy McCall headed expeditions into the Congo to track down the fabled creature. McCall had a strong interest and background in cryptozoology, the pursuit of creatures mentioned in folklore. While McCall never saw the Mokele Mbembe with his own eyes, he did collect various stories from locals about the mythical being. With all the excitement, a Japanese film crew attempted to follow in McCall's footsteps. They may have done something that McCall couldn't do by recording footage of the living dinosaur. The aerial footage shows some sort of creature traversing through a lake. Many people believe this is proof of the Mokele Mbembe. Yet some speculate that it could be a crocodile or an elephant or someone in a canoe. Up to 2011, over 50 expeditions had been conducted to find the Mokele Mbembe, with varying degrees of success. Much like Bigfoot, most of the photographs showing the Mokele Mbembe are blurry and difficult to identify, but there's been a lot of claims of first-hand experiences with the beast. In an interview with the BBC, a man stated, "I was in a boat on the river when I saw Mokele Mbembe. He began to chase us. Mokele Mbembe rose out of the water. We ran or he would have killed us." Is this detailed statement proof of the dino's existence, or perhaps a misunderstanding by the interviewee? Leave your opinion in the comments below. The Mokele Mbembe is often compared to the Brontosaurus. From head to tail, the Brontosaurus is said to have been 74 feet in length with a weight of as much as 50,000 pounds, which is roughly the weight of 4 African bush elephants. This herbivore species was said to have lived around 150 million years ago. The Brontosaurus lived on land, which is in contrast to the Mokele Mbembe that's stated to have roamed in the waters. There's no dinosaur that was adapted for only aquatic life, but some have dipped their claws into the water for prey. With that in mind, we can assume that the Mokele Mbembe is a hybrid, almost a cross between a Brontosaurus and a plesiosaur. But another dinosaur that the Mokele Mbembe could be is a baryonyx. These beasts are said to be the first dinosaurs discovered to be piscivores, or a primary consumer of fish. The baryonyx is measured at 33 feet in height. That's as long as 2 average giraffes stacked on top of each other. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of the video with the mini dinos. Just look at these majestic beings. Hands up those of you that believe this is evidence that the supposed extinct dinosaurs are actually alive and kicking today. Well, those of you with your hands up, we might have some bad news for you. Due to the size of these creatures, they're unlikely to be actual dinosaurs. In fact, if we play the footage in reverse, they'll immediately look very different. See what we mean? It becomes a lot clearer that these mini critters are covered in fur. Besides not being dinos, what they actually are is kotei. These animals are native to Central and South America. Some rascal reversed the kotei walking to make it appear as though their tails are actually long necks. Due to the shape and size of their heads, they can easily appear as tails on a dinosaur. But just because this video is fake, it doesn't mean the Mokele Mbembe is. In fact, there have been a number of times when animals from folklore have been proven to exist. For starters, the platypus. In 1798, England was sent a sketch and a pelt from the platypus in Australia. They dismissed the sample. Instead, they thought it was a hoax. In 1799, a taxidermized specimen of the platypus was sent. Immediately, the scientists believed it was also faked. They searched for stitches, as they believed someone had sewn a duck's bill onto a beaver. However, as we now know, platypi exist. The same can be said for gorillas. For a very long time, people were frightened by stories of large, human-like hairy monsters attacking camps of explorers. It wouldn't be until 1847 when physician Thomas Savage and naturist Jeffrey Wyman obtained evidence of gorillas. They managed to get their hands on skeletal remains of the primates. There are some locals in the Congo Basin that fully believe in the Mokele Mbembe's existence. They were recorded in an interview as they gave advice for people getting into the water in case a Mokele Mbembe is around. If you look carefully, you can see something moving in the water behind the 2 guys. Could it be the Mokele Mbembe popping up with perfect timing? With a lack of funding and research into generating suitable tech to find the Mokele Mbembe, it's going to be a mammoth task to prove for or against, especially with large portions of the Earth still unexplored. If there was a large-scale scanning technology available to search for evidence, then we might get an answer. But unfortunately, the technology that does exist is expensive, time-consuming, and smaller in scope. Some of the current technology has been used to try and locate the Loch Ness Monster. However, the area of Loch Ness is a lot smaller compared to the basin at almost 22 square miles. With a lot of dangers out in the basin and a lack of access to clean water, it's not the most suitable place for a human, especially over long stretches of time. More so when large parts of the Congo Basin were in turmoil for many decades. Only in the past 15 years has the basin been more open to exploration. However, there are still areas of the region where stumbling into a firefight is still a possibility. But as research continues into ways to know for sure, eventually we may get our answer if the Mokele Mbembe is around and about. It might just take a couple more decades to know for sure, at least.